Yes, both negativity and positivity exist. But guess what? It exists in all of us. At the end of the day, we are making a series of choices throughout our lives that will determine for or against. And then it depends on the person to decide what's for and what's against. In my case, obviously I'm leaning more on the side of positivity, but y'all know I've shared with you that I have lived a life and there's been some negativity in there, and it's not just coming from other people. I will be real enough to say that it's come from myself too. I've put out negative energy. I've done negative things to people. And I've, done negative things to myself, even, you know. And that is the message of the day that I felt like was necessary. I put out a message on not matching energy, but I think it's also important to double down on the truth of the matter is that we are all made up of both positive and negative energy. We are both made up of both positive and negative actions, positive and negative choices, positive and negative thoughts. At the end of the day, y'all, these are all choices. And we are all people. We are all individuals with stories to tell. And just because you know your own story does not mean you know somebody else's. Just because you may know your children's story does not mean you know somebody else's. Just because you know your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your aunties, your uncles doesn't mean you know somebody else's story. And I think that that is an important message to put out as well. So don't be so quick to judge. Even if there is negative energy, y'all, and I know that that is the hardest thing to say. Like, what do you mean? They said this or that, or they did this or that to me, to my people, to whatever the case may be. What do you mean they have a story? That's like when your mom sits you down, or a parent, or a teacher, whomever, sits you down and tries to explain to you why a bully is a bully. And then, like, y'all remember those cartoons that used to come on, shout out my millennials, where you would see the story of the bully and how the bully had a terrible childhood and was getting roughed up by their parents or whatever the case may be, which caused them to act out on people in school because it made them feel better, which is, one person might think is a weird reaction, but everybody reacts to stimuli differently, y'all. We all have our ways, and we have all done, said, thought something adverse based on something that was done to us, something that we experienced. So please, at the end of the day, remember that we are all human. We are all both positive and negative. We are all both capable of choosing to do and be and act better. So make the best choice for you, and I certainly hope the best choice for you is a positive one. But I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to tell you that this positive life, while hard, while difficult, while it takes a lot more effort, it is so worth it. It makes my heart feel great. And I hope that this message reaches the people that it needs to reach, to help them understand that, hey, man, just because you're experiencing something adverse, just because somebody said something raw to you, doesn't necessarily mean that that is the end all be all of life, because it's not. It's just a moment. We're all human, y'all. So the next time something happens, think about that first. And consider your actions and your thoughts and your what you say before you do that. You know what I mean? We're all human. Love thyself, and it makes it easier to love other people, or at least consider them. Peace, love, and light.